Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Box Office Talk. This is the show where I break down what happened at the box office, see if my predictions for the top 5 are correct, and then make predictions for next week's top 5. So let's get right on into it. Last week I predicted that number 1 would be Jason Bourne, number 2 would be Star Trek Beyond, number 3 would be Nerve, number 4 would be The Secret Life of Pets, and number 5 would be Bad Moms. And I actually only got 3 out of 5 of my predictions right, so let's get into it. Number 1 was, of course, Jason Bourne. I don't think anyone's really surprised by that. It made $60 million this weekend, and this is on a budget of $120 million, so it's already halfway there, and I'm pretty sure it'll get there in no time, even though the reviews aren't that great for it. But even though my review isn't out yet because I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but it will come soon, I will hint at this. I really don't get the 56% it has on Rotten Tomatoes. And that's all I'll say. See you in the review whenever I get the chance to do that. Anyways, number 2 was Star Trek Beyond. It made $24 million this weekend, and that adds to a total of $105 million. And that's still good. It needs $80 million more domestically in order to reach its budget of $185. But worldwide, it's also doing really good, so it'll get there sooner on the worldwide scale than the domestic scale. I'm actually not sure if it'll be able to get to 185 million domestically. I'm sure worldwide it'll probably get there, but domestically I'm not very sure, especially since it went from like 59 or something million last weekend to 24 this weekend. I'm not really sure what's going to happen, but who knows? We'll see in the next couple weeks. But anyways, number 3 was a movie I didn't expect to make this much money, and I kind of underestimated it in the last video, but here we are. It's Bad Moms. This weekend it made $23 million, and that's already on a budget of $20 million, so it already surpassed its budget by $3 million, and that's very good for the movie. And apparently, according to Rotten Tomatoes, it's the best reviewed movie, even though it only has 63%, and if I'm being honest, I think the Jason Bourne one is incredibly too low, so I don't know. The movie looks really bad in my opinion, but maybe that's just me. Maybe the trailers are just edited badly. That's always a possibility. Or maybe it's just one of those movies where I'm in the minority, like Jason Bourne. But I'm going to move on from that. Number 4 was The Secret Life of Pets. This weekend it made $18 million. And that adds to a total of $296 million. It is $4 million away from crossing $300 million, and that's very good for this movie, even though, as I keep saying, hey, another movie I'm in the minority of, what do you know? I think it's just alright. It's a meh movie to me, but a lot of people apparently really like it. So, I don't know, it's a good thing it made this much money, even though Illumination Entertainment, I think, could have done a lot better, because I've seen them do a lot better with the first 2 Despicable Me movies, and hopefully Despicable Me 3 lives up to that. Hopefully. Maybe. Let's move on. Number 5 was Lights Out. This weekend it made $10,810,000, and that adds to a total of $42 million, and that's very good for this movie. As I mentioned, I liked it a lot. And also, I just wanted to mention, thanks for all the love on my annoying movie-going experiences videos, guys. That was great. Thank you all so much for giving that video some love. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to move on. Number 6, Ice Age Collision Course, a movie that's not getting that much love. It made $10,500,000 this weekend, and that adds to a total of $42 million. Same thing as Lights Out, what do you know? And this doesn't have the same budget as Lights Out, where that one had $4.9 million. Ice Age has $105 million. Now, last week I said that this movie was bombing, but I checked the worldwide charts, and it's actually doing extremely well. So if they ever come up with that billion-dollar idea for Ice Age 6, we might be getting it because of the worldwide box office. In fact, I went back and noticed that all the Ice Age movies have high foreign box office numbers. So, oh boy, looks like we're in for more Ice Age. Yay! Number 7 was Ghostbusters. This weekend it made $9,800,000, and that adds to a total of $106 million. It is $38 million away from reaching its $144 million budget, but worldwide it's almost there, and that's pretty good for this just average movie, and I really don't want to talk about it that much, so I'm going to move on to number 8, which was a very big surprise to me, Nerve. It only made $9 million this weekend, but it had a special Wednesday opening, so it adds to a total of $15 million. Now, it's only $5 million away from its budget of $20 million, so it's definitely not a bomb or anything, but I thought it would be opening with bigger numbers than it did now. I'm actually kind of shocked by this, but hey, I hear it's alright. It has the same Rotten Tomatoes score as Jason Bourne, but as I mentioned, I think Jason Bourne is really underrated, so I'm okay, moving on to number 9. But anyways, number 9 was Finding Dory. It made $4 million this weekend, and that adds to a total of $469 million. And that's very good for this movie, even though it's gotten really close to $500 million. It's probably not going to be able to cross that since it is dying down a bit. And I think this is probably the last time we're going to be seeing it here, maybe. I'm not really sure, but I know for sure that number 10 we're probably not going to be seeing anytime soon. The Legend of Tarzan, only making $2 million, and that adds to a total of $121 million. Hey, it stuck around for a little bit. It made as much as it could. That's always great, but it didn't reach its budget domestically. But worldwide, it did all right. Even though I find it meh, give it a C+. It's still pretty good that it made as much money as it did. Plus, the box office needs room for that other Margot Robbie movie, so it makes sense. This one leaves, and then a new Margot Robbie movie comes in. It just makes sense that way. But anyways, it's time for the fun part, the predictions for next week's top 5. Now, as I alluded to earlier, number 1 is definitely going to be Suicide Squad. They're tracking it for like a record-breaking opening, as usual with these comic book movies, and I'm so excited for this movie I'm seeing Thursday night. It's going to be something special, I can tell. Hopefully this doesn't turn out to be another Batman vs. Superman where it built up my hypes and then disappointed me, but hopefully it's not that. Then I'm going to say number 2 is Jason Bourne. Then I'm going to say number 3 is Star Trek Beyond. Number 4 is Bad Moms. And then number 5 is 9 Lives. Yeah, there's a movie called 9 Lives coming out about Kevin Spacey turning into a cat, which seems like a movie that isn't real. Like when I first saw the trailer, I was like, that's really funny, guys, but then I found out it was an actual movie, and I was like, oh, wait, what? So I'm not sure how many people are actually going to go out and see this movie, so I'm going to say that it's going to open at number 5, but we never know. This is why it's a prediction. But what are your predictions for next week's top 5? Leave them in the comments below, and if you got your predictions right for this week, you're going to get a shout out right now. Unless you didn't get it right, then you're not getting a shout out. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.